Hello everyone, I'm Maliha Binte Mohiuddin and I'm a second-year PhD student in West Virginia University. So today I'm going to present that she makes a difference with the transformation of Everywhere She Maps. Everywhere She Maps is an initiative that really developed the mapping activities which is led by the OMEN and especially the non-binary emerging student leaders in the YouthMappers network. So if you haven't heard about YouthMappers Network is an international network of universities student-led chapters across the globe who are promoting the open geospatial technologies like OpenStreetMap. And we do have a vision. We said that we just don't build maps, we build mappers. And Everywhere She Maps is an initiative of YouthMappers. So now we are getting back to Everywhere She Maps. Everywhere She Maps is an activity that's really supported by the Gender Equity and Equality Action Fund. The whole program is conducted by and for YouthMappers, and the program is sponsored by the USA Geo Center. So the whole activities is really promoting and making the available critical mapping data that's really relevant to the half of the population across the globe. And we are using the largest free and open access map that's called OpenStreetMap. So Everywhere She Maps, we are basically working on the three core activities. The first one is that mapping and geospatial activities. In this way, we are investing in women's and girls' security, their livelihood access, prosperity and participation in different kind of innovation and economic capacity. The second one, we are really focusing on the leadership program for women in technology because we know that we are promoting their leadership in sort of some kind of making them resilient in the technical workforce. The third one, we are focusing on the regional ambassadorship, who are really focusing on the building local capacity for the female mapping community across the globe. And we have our Everywhere She Maps regional ambassadors. There is 9 regional ambassadors who are working around the world, and they have been chosen from the different continents. So our work is really aimed to address 2 main issues that really affecting the women's agency. The first one, we all know that sometimes women are underrepresented in technology workforce, that's really including the geospatial industry. So in YouthMappers, we are really giving priority to the gender-based participation in many chapters as a global network. And YouthMappers is really organizing a lot of training for them so that after their graduation, they can get a well-paid job in their own local communities. So the other one is that we know that there are some kind of map features and attributes that are relevant to women are sometimes are not that much well navigated through commonly if we are using the mapping platforms. So in here we are giving the women how to map their health facilities, their education facilities, and especially during any kind of disaster, navigating the shelters. So by engaging those women in this kind of activities, we are really providing a sustainable environment for them so that really helps them to be capable and women and economic empowerment in future. And the whole solution contributes to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And there are 5 pillars that we are working on for Everywhere She Maps. The first one is the security improves, lives are saved, and power is generated, prosperity rises, and innovation happens. So I'm going to discuss a bit about those 5 pillars that there are some of the wonderful women who are working based on those pillars. The first one is the security improves. And in here, we all know that there is sometimes displacement really happens during any kind of conflict, climate change, or environmental disruption. And the main problem that women face is that to navigate to a safer shelter. So this is a wonderful woman, and her name is Ingrid, and she is working with geospatial technologies to ensure that the women who are seek refugee, they are being safe and secure in Uganda. So Ingrid is using the land cover dynamics within their settlement by using OpenStreetMap. And for validation, she is using GeoSim and QGIS to analyze with other layers of geographic data. And the second one is like lives are safe, that's me. Like Travis has said that I'm from Bangladesh, so in every year in my country, cyclone and floods are highly frequent disasters, and sometimes I have seen that it's very hard for the women to navigate the shelters. And also there's another problem that when I try to engage those community female members in the mapping platform, like there's an internet issue back at home. So for that reason, I have engaged them in a mapping activity, but I use the field papers tool so that they can easily take those data, and from those data, they can easily convert it from the paper-based system to an online mapping database. And the other one is the power is generated. And the picture you're seeing that she is riding the bike. Her name is Fatima Kabiha, and she is really using her phone to snapping the street views every few seconds by using the mapillary tools, and she's from Sierra Leone. So by doing that, they're really understanding the settlement patterns and the road connectivity and the current low voltage distribution networks. So the whole team is really teaming up, and they're designing the rural electrification in dozens of towns in Sierra Leone. And the other one is the prosperity rises. So in here you can see the female who are wearing the YouthMappers t-shirt. And one of them, her name is Sabina Abuja, and she's working in a farming community in Ghana. So she's learning how to use the participatory research methods. And during this way, Sabina is really conducting the semi-structured interviews, taking the focus group discussion and household diagrams, even the natural resource mapping, so that, and during that time, she's really engaging the local women, so that local women really understand about the indicators for the land use changes, the threats of land degradation, which are really like available and allocation of food and agriculture products among women. And the last one is the innovation happens. So sometimes, like as a student, and I'm still a student right now, so I see that we are really much all the time devoted to the textbooks. But Karen believed that we must go beyond the classroom and the textbooks. So for that reason, she is really taking part in the innovation step to move her institution, and her institution name is the University of Panama, into an era of digital modernization. Because Karen has seen that, like the newcomers, especially the female, when they're trying to navigate their campus, it's really hard for them to find out the layout, and especially really the women who are attending the night class, it's really hard for them to find the parking. So she is really generating the whole ideas by bringing the whole institution in a digital modernization. So that's the 5 pillars that we have discussed about everywhere she maps. And we do have the YouthMappers academic content, and this is an online course. The students can participate in it, and we have 12 modules. And some of the modules are like OSM ecosystem and data model, the basic and advanced OSM editing, field work and surveying, and gender equity, and chapter management, and many more. So we need your help and we need your assistance to suggest us that what additional topics and skills should we cover, and help us to grow and the YouthMappers students with your tools and research and take. So you and your organization can help us to build a more equitable OSM and world through, and for that reason, you can mentoring in a group, you can do group mentoring and mentoring us to the geospatial project related stuff, and also input for online professional development content, and also helping us to access the internship for the women, and also any kind of entry-level jobs for them, and sponsorship. The thing is that the title was it is related with the mission and vision of Everywhere She Maps. We do believe that everywhere she maps, she makes a difference. And if any one of you want to be the part of YouthMappers, and if you're really more interested to know about Everywhere She Maps, you can ask questions, and even after the talk, we can talk about those things. So thank you so much, everyone, for hearing me. Thank you.
anyone have any questions? Is this on? Oh, there we go. Does anyone have any questions? All right.
Hey, first of all, amazing work.
Thank you.
You mentioned a tool called Mapillary. Can you talk a little bit about what that is and what it's used for?
Yes, definitely. We are using the Mapillary app. You can download it, and whenever you're just like going for a walk or you are in a motorbikes, that you can take the pictures and you can upload it. And through that way, it's just automatically the mapping has done for the street, and that's really helping the local people if they're really navigating those maps. And because through your pictures, the whole road map has been done. So yeah, that's the app we are using. Okay.
Any other? All right, well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everybody.
So next up.